Welcome to Canada, where the people want an election, but our liberal, socialist government want to seemingly destroy our country. You can't really make this up. Pierre, the opposition leader, calls for a vote of non-confidence, which basically means calling for an election vote. We'll see if the NDP allow it, but the Trudeau and the NDP want to now, quote-unquote, reform voting practices. Perfectly timed. Just before an election. And a carbon tax election it will be. Who will you be voting for? Justin Trudeau? Who isn't even the real face of the party anymore? The carbon taxes. Or the carbon rebate, sorry. Pierre, the leader in the polls, is Canadian choice, seemingly. Let me know if Pierre is your choice in the comments down below. Now, Pierre comes in hot, threatening Trudeau, the non-confidence vote I said before. Eventually it'll work. The NDP holding the government up. Will they allow it? The carbon tax election is incoming, no matter what. Though I doubt Trudeau or the NDP will want it, especially with their polls the way they are. I truly can't tell you if Pierre has the votes to win this motion, but Canadians love the effort.
Trudeau one last chance to spike his hike. One last chance and only one more day. Today I'm announcing that if Trudeau does not declare today an end to his forthcoming tax increases on food, gas, and heat, that we will introduce a motion of non-confidence in the Prime Minister. It will read that the House declare non-confidence in the Prime Minister and his costly government for increasing the carbon tax by 23% on April 1st as part of his plan to quadruple the tax while Canadians cannot afford to eat, heat, and house themselves, and call for the House to be dissolved so Canadians can vote in a carbon tax election. A carbon tax election.
As you can tell, Canadians want this carbon tax election. So is it more bothersome that Trudeau has refused to remove the carbon tax and has only doubled down this seemingly wartime tax regime he has on? And now on to their tax reform. You can't make this up, like I said. They use words like enhance, easier to vote. They just words that I don't trust them to actually do. They're a bunch of scandals, and they've only done things to hurt our country so far. And mail-in voting, it comes into question in America. What do you think about it here in Canada? Do you trust this type of voting, or do you trust in-person only? What enhancements, quote-unquote, do you think the Liberals plan on bringing in? Do you like them? Do you not? Let me know.
Of months with an outstanding parliamentarian, with Daniel Blakey, I was pleased to introduce in the House of Commons a set of amendments to the Canada Elections Act, which will enhance Canadians' ability to exercise their right to vote while strengthening protections against foreign interference in our elections. As you will know, this bill stems from the Supply and Confidence Agreement we struck with our NDP partners. Mr. Singh and the Prime Minister, in signing this agreement, made commitments to make it easier for Canadians to vote in a federal election. And as I said, it was a privilege for me to work these last number of months with an outstanding parliamentarian, with Daniel Blakey, I very much look forward to continuing this work with his NDP colleagues as well. The Prime Minister, Mr. Singh, committed to expand options Canadians currently have to cast their ballots. And this bill seeks, amongst other measures, to add 2 more days of advanced voting, to make the Vote on Campus program permanent, and take steps towards voting at any polling station in a voter's riding. The bill also proposes to offer dedicated on-site voting for voters living in long-term care homes and enhancements as well to the increasingly popular and accessible vote by mail process.
Daniel Blakey bringing to light that he recently resigned in what seems to be a plea for help. Check this out.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here for what may indeed be my final press conference here in the foyer, and to talk about, and only about, these proposed changes to the Elections Act.
That's it.
Nous sommes ici aujourd'hui pour en discuter des propos pour des changements aux lois électorales pour assurer ou augmenter la sécurité et l'accessibilité à la vote pour les Canadiens et les Canadiennes.
Dominic, not having a good time, starts using the NDP as a shield to his accountability in a failing attempt to save their polling numbers. Little do they know, Canadians just want to be told the truth. That's it.
Mr. Law, do you expect that these changes will be implemented if we go to an election in 2025?
It's very much our hope. As Daniel said, there's a parliamentary process. It's important that parliamentarians obviously can participate fully. It's important also that Canadians be heard, and people like the Chief Electoral Officer, I assume, when we hope the bill gets to committee. But it certainly would be our intention. This is a commitment, as I said, that was in our supply and confidence agreement with the New Democrats. The Prime Minister and Mr. Singh agreed to these important measures. And it's our hope that we'll work not only with New Democratic colleagues, but other parliamentarians to ensure that this legislation can be in place as quickly as possible, and obviously before an election if it occurs in 2025.
As you may tell, or already know, this guy is not telling the full truth. Or he's possibly just outright lying. It's pretty usual for him. So look out for this upcoming changes to our election laws that is coming faster than Trudeau's retirement dinner. Thanks for watching this far, and if you did, consider joining our Discord to continue the discussion, or become a member of our YouTube. Or you can just comment, like, and subscribe. You've been served.